All right, my friends, it is time for us to beat hard mode 1-4 Yeast Spores Forest today. Thank you for tuning in for today's guide. If you got a question, if you got a comment throughout, do let me know because I'd love to hear from you, and feel free to join us in our active Discord server. Thank you everyone for that. As always, let's get into it here because we're back at it with the Secrets of the Silver Kingdom, Beast Yeast, episode 1. Now, a couple things about this particular team. We have used it for 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, and now 1-4. Now, a couple things though, we're going to give you some other tips and tricks because it hasn't been as easy. That's right. So before we do that though, as always, let's break down the 4 T's, the tactics, the team, the treasures, and the toppings along the way, and we'll share that tip. So as always, we are in Beast Yeast. This land radiates with the power of the beast before you unfolds a landscape unlike anything you've seen in Crispia. Now, with that comes topping bonus effects. They're worthless, but not fully. We'll talk about that here in a second. We still have to deal with spore dispersal. Your cookies will gain spore points whenever certain enemies use specific skills or get hit. Once the spore point meter is filled, you will gain the mushroom mutation status. In this state, your team's buff effects will be reduced and the damage they receive will be increased. The effect is stackable. Once mushroom mutation's duration is over, its target will disperse spores around themselves. We also have healing decreased, HP shield capacity decreased, enemies debuff resist increased, and damage down. That is one of the hardest things about this one, is that damage down. It's not fun, absolutely not. Which you have to get enough damage in. It also prevents you from taking enemies out quickly. So some of your strategy has to change. We'll talk about that with this team here in a second. Now, additionally, we still have yeast spores, more yeast spores, and even more yeast spores, my friends. The good news is, once we do take this down, you do have access to the legendary chewy biscuit and the legendary zesty biscuit, unlocking all the different kinds of legendaries for you to farm. That is the upside that is so awesome about this. Now, let's go ahead and talk about this team. So again, this is a wall jungle zoo strategy, we call it. So what you're doing is you're leveraging prune juice and cotton to summon creatures, get in the way, and you're also using ice Coletti here to hold that front line. All those things in due time will be able to allow golden cheese damage over time, and plus your lovely Mozzarella here, who also gets a nice pushback and slows down your enemies and all that stuff to take them out. Now, a little bit of timing and luck can go a long way in this one. I've ran it multiple times. However, to help you with that, a couple other tips for you. You can certainly power up your cookies and make them better and promote them via the mileage shop. And then additionally, your biscuits, you can go farm some of those biscuits, add them to these cookies, level them up. That's going to boost your overall power and can make a huge difference, plus that attack. Now, with your health and with all the damage they do and the increased damage, it's not really worth it on the defense and the health. However, getting that attack up can really make or break or make a difference for you. So in terms of the treasures, we are on attack and cooldown. We got Dream Conductor's Whistle here. We got Old Pilgrim Scroll and Squishy Jelly Watch. Now, if you just saw, I did my treasure gotcha. I had 1,000 of them. I did so many pulls. You can check that out. And it's really boosted these things for me here. Actually, after a couple of you commented, so thank you for that. And I should do it, and I did it. So with that, you can also think about Library's Enchanted Robes. You can think about the Sleepyhead's Jelly Watch here, 20% cooldown for all cookies and attack by 3%. If we wanted to swap them, you can see right there, there's the swap. So if we wanted to do that, we got the cooldown at 25. And this one's at 20. We can go with this. I'll try it here for you today instead. We'll see how it goes. Vial, those kinds of things. And if you have to, you just need one cookie to survive. You can use the Indomitable Will there as an example. So that's obviously going to help overall for us and make a nice difference on a lot of different things. Now, on top of that, we do have the toppings. As we always say, we got all the topping guides here, plus biscuit guides now, so you can check those out. And we can't use the bonus effects. They are deactivated, but the toppings are still going to be relevant. We're going to be on cooldown here, attack here, attack here. We're on cooldown for prune, and we're on cooldown for our favorite cotton. So that is all the key pieces. We could also try attack, so we can go that pre-select there as well. If we'd like to, that's going to boost some of those things up. We'll give it a shot. If not, we'll go back to cooldown. So a couple things that you can play around with this team. Many of you always ask for swaps. Some swaps could be fettuccine cookie. That cookie can do very well. You can think about Moonlight. You can think about Black Pearl. Black Pearl being in here instead of Mozzarella. Moonlight instead of Mozzarella. Just continue to kind of push back those things. Can make a difference for you there. We saw my power level go up. We'll give it a shot. Cooldown is going to be a key piece for survivability here, but we'll give it a try, like I said. Now, quickly, as always, too, we take a look at the biscuits. So here are the biscuits that you can see. Again, we've leveled this one up to 8 for now. We could certainly level that one up a little bit more. We have cottons up to 15. We got access to all 3, which is really, really nice. Similar here, we're on cooldown, which is great. We're also on a couple levels up here. We got 3 of them here as well, making a big difference for our mozzarella cookie. And you could always reset these and try and get a little bit better, but I do like the attack, the cooldown, and the attack speed now. And then additionally here we do have our golden cheese. We have golden cheese at 17 with a legendary, cooldown at 5.7. Pretty similar to this 20, just a slightly tidge better, but they did have that debuff resist in there before, which they don't have now. So those are all the biscuits that we have. That is the team, that is the treasures, that is the tactics, and some of the ideas and the swaps and those things that you can employ and deploy, as we like to say, for your team. Let's go ahead and run it. We made a couple of different changes, trying something a little bit different here for you. We'll give it a shot and see how it goes. We can push right away with mozzarella. I encourage you to stay on top. You kind of want to keep these things at a little bit of a different spread. Now, one of the problems that you can run into here specifically is the fact that some of these things, as you take them down, start to go wide and get around, which can be a huge problem. So as you can see, they did get through there. Now, again, I am a little bit more focused on attack than I have been in the past, making this at times challenging. So we'll just make sure we get all those pieces off there. Almost lost Prune, almost lost Prune. So again, a little bit slower than we would like. There's the push. Let's get Prune out. There you go. We're still good, my friends. We're still good. The shroom effect's always a problem. You can see that one squeaked away up there, making it a little bit harder. We need to get that one in front. We're losing Prune. We lost Prune. And now all of them are shrooms. Done. And as you can see, they really kind of start to slow down too, which is too bad. We're not going to make it. I'm not going to let Mozzarella try and solo that, by the way. So again, that is some of the problems. As you can see, they moved over the side. That left everything open. Just brutal. So let's go ahead. We're going to go back and change a couple of those things. We want that cooldown. I wanted to show you that, though. So that, A, you don't also have to do that and make a mistake or, you know, have some bad luck like I did there. All right. So now we got everything hyper-focused. We're bringing down our power level 50. We're going to run it again. The cooldown will be much faster, much better there. We can start with these two right out of the gate. Sometimes that takes a little bit there, as you can see. Now we get the push back. Lots smoother, faster there. When it comes to Prune Juice, it's going to make a huge difference for us. Now we just got to make sure we keep that damage in as well. Now again, we're running into problems already. If we can survive this first round, it usually makes a huge difference on that survivability. There we go. We're doing a little bit better here. Keep them back off the team. There we go. Push them back. There we go. All right. But we're still ahead of it, which is good. So now we don't necessarily want to blow everything, but you know what? We'll take it down. Now here is going to be a challenge. We want to push back. Want to get Prune Juice on right away and switch back into Yeti. Get those in, push them back. There you go. We got our rotation in. Push, push, push. There was the piece where they got around. Now, that isn't necessarily the ender for us right there just yet. We're still ahead of everything. There's a push. Get the Prune Juice out. There we go. Question is, 44 seconds. We're looking okay, my friends. We're looking okay. And you know what? Not going to get too excited till it counts. But guess what? We did it. Yes! And there it is, 1-4 at its finest for you here today. Unfortunately, we didn't get a legendary. However, we're on the road to doing it together. Now, with that, my friends, that is hard mode 1-4 Yeast Spores Forest. Check for you. All right, let's go back and talk about this here again. We talked about the 4Ts, the tactics. We still got the yeast spore, the more yeast spores, and the even more yeast spores. We gave you the team, the jungle, the wall strategy. Still works for us. We did have to power it up a little bit more. The other problem, as we saw, they start to kind of squeak around. We got a little bit of luck on our side there. Golden Cheese was the target. Golden Cheese was able to come back, protect everything else, and we got through that first wave, and it didn't happen until the second wave. As you can see, a lot of that in and out motion, you can't just auto it. You want to start clicking. You want to kind of pay attention to those waves. And then additionally, some of those other pointers with the treasures and the toppings and the biscuits there for you too. And you can check out all our guides. The last tip, parting tip, again, like I said, is make sure you're leveling up some of those biscuits to give your team more power. It does make a difference. It certainly helped. We gave you the ideas in the mileage shop as well as the treasures. Don't forget about those. And thank you to the community as well for highlighting those pieces as always, and those in the Discord server. With that, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I wish you the best of luck on taking down hard mode 1-4 in Beast Yeast here, Yeast Spores Forest, as a free-to-play player. It always makes me so happy to be able to do these things with you. And with that, thank you. Thank you for your support as always. I appreciate the likes and the subs as we grow this amazing community here. And as always, thank you to all the members. The membership's a great way to support the channel, and on top of that, we got affiliate links. You can check those out. It's a nice way, and socials. I love to see your teams. We love the iterations. I love to see your fan art. At me on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Come say hi in the Discord server, because we got a lot of fun. And with that, I wish you the best taking down the spores. More spores, and even more spores, my friends. Stay tuned, because we got more CookieRun headed your way here on the channel, and in the meantime, plenty for you to check out. Good luck, keep on running, my friends.